insurance on that clean lens. Yo, we got the 10 stones out this morning. We put the work in over on Impact Athletics Association channel on YouTube with Vincent Alfonso Jamal. We did the thing. 100 push-ups, 100 squats. Yeah, buddy. Good morning, good morning. Check our steps for the day. More to come. Good morning. What's going on, Ohio guy, Kevin Miller? We're out here on a walk, going to the park and do a little yoga, a little mobility, a little stretching. Thank you for hopping in to the live. Good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day. How you doing, Debbie? What's up, people? How are you today? Where are you tuning in from? Is it your first time in my live? Faraz says, live long, Iran. Jackie Robles says hello. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate you. It's a beautiful day out here in the Southwest U.S. Is where I'm at. Where are you tuning in from? Jackie, is it your first time here? Yo, what's up, Luca? Luca in the house. Are you still in Philly? Okay, buddy. Faraz says, where do you guess? I'm gonna guess Iran with your prior comment. Luca is at the airport going to Fort Lauderdale. That's dope, man. I hope your trip is a pleasurable one. Maybe for a job. Oh, bachelor party. Okay, right on. Okay. I've never been to Iran. How is life like in Iran? Nice beard. Thank you, Faraz. I grew it myself. Luca, it's so good to reconnect with you, brother. Got a strip of shade here, so I'll take a pause. Feels like apocalyptic world. Yeah, I hear you. But other than that, it's nice. Right on. Yeah, I mean, definitely feels like the world's on fire. But it's not. It's not citizens. You know what I mean? Like we're all just people all over the world. We're kind of pawns in chess, as they say. I have no hate towards other humans, regardless of where they're from. You're welcome here. How is the U.S.? Uh, Good morning. The U.S. is. It feels like we were told that we were, most advanced and, on top and all that stuff growing up, and that we were the good guy in all the wars and stuff. Um, but, as you grow up, you realize like there's uh, there's more to the story, right? And governments all around, really just seems to be about control, domination. So, but life is good here. It's all that I've known. I've only visited outside the country a few times, um, and here is good. The the free speech law is huge. Hopefully, that remains intact. Um, there's a song. This, yes, I recognize the irony. The system I oppose affords me the luxury of biting the hand that feeds. And that's exactly why privileged people like me will bite and kick and scream until everyone has everything they need. So I think injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So, how you doing, Siraj? Upadhyay? Upadhyay? Yeah, I don't really want to talk politics here or individuals about individuals. I think there's enough of that on the internet. I'm here trying to get 10,000 steps in and stretch, calm my mind, relax. Um, You're more than welcome to join me for that journey, brother. Siraj says, show some chicks. Well, we might see some rabbits. We might see some quail. I see a rabbit right now. Put the keys in the pocket. Maybe it won't scare her off. Yeah, couple rabbits. 3. Siraj says, nice hat. Siraj on YouTube says, nice hat. Whoa. Okay. Sorry if I missed your chat over here on TikTok. Scotty, oh, shared the live. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate that. It's cool. That is cool. Cool. Siraj says cool as well. Yeah, for folks that were here for the workout this morning, you know, it's a little less of my voice, in the chat. So this is our time to connect. Tiny hummingbird. Let's see if I can catch her for you. You see her? She's gobbling up all the bugs, I think. Pretty cool, huh? That's a tiny, tiny bird. Tiny. Faraz on YouTube says, wow. Wow, what? How tiny that bird is? She was tiny. Like, really, maybe just the size of my thumb. I don't know. The little thing. Pick up the pace a little bit. Got a smoothie waiting for me at home. Took the time to make a smoothie after my workout today. It was awesome. It's got mixed berries, coconut water, plant-based protein. Comes from pumpkin seed protein, creatine, glutamine, magnesium, turmeric, Good morning.
How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Good.
I see you all the time. What's your name?
Oh, name Stanko?
Stanko.
Yes.
Nathaniel.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
Me not speak English.
Oh, what do you speak?
Serbian.
Serbian.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't speak Serbian, but
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
any other language? Just Serbian.
Yeah.
Only Serbian.
Yeah.
Okay.
No Spanish. No English. No.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
Stanko.
Yes.
Stanko.
Stanko. Yes.
Okay. Good to meet you.
Okay.
I'll learn
Super.
some Serbian.
Yeah. Okay.
Have a
Good
good
day.
day. Uh, I see Stanko almost every day on this walk now. So, uh, John says, raking weeds in. John on YouTube says, raking weeds in the tractor. Going to join you on your walk and listen in if that's okay. Yeah, brother. Call it podcast mode. You've gone podcast mode. AFK, just on the ears. It's all good. There are moments of silence here. There are pauses. Um, there are stretches of just feet in slides on the ground. Some of the ground is concrete. Some of the ground is crunchy, gravelly desert, as you are familiar with. And some of it's grass. Oh, yesterday I was at the park and I noticed for the first time that there's a sand pit. Uh, so I don't know about today. A little on a time crunch, but I may opt to, get some high knees or some laps in that little sand pit. We'll see. Like I said, maybe not today because I'm I'm trying to motor, get some other things done, some nagging tasks at home and work. So we found some shade. We pause. Tell us, John on YouTube says, tell us about being vegan. Maybe been working hard to lose the meat, but it's tough. Home sweet home, beautiful. Yeah, buddy. Uh, I can talk about veganism. You know, it's 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 not it's not a diet, right? Um, you say you're trying to lose the meat, so I can certainly speak to that a bit. Uh, I cut out land animals probably 20 years ago. Stopped eating. I think it was beef first. Stopped eating cows and pigs because they're mammals, so much like us that it was just didn't feel good. Then chicken, and much later fish and eggs. But I've been um, all plant based, all diet wise for probably 15 years now. Morning, Coach.
Good morning.
And yeah, so it served me well. Um, Probably the best decision I've made in my life. Only regret is not doing it sooner. Ah, the grass is here, and it is nice and juicy, y'all. We got some wet green grass. I'm gonna de-shoe and get after it. Look at that. Anytime you take your shoes off, keep your eyes on the ground. Be aware. Don't don't harm yourself trying to do something nice. Good morning to you. And yeah, but it feels great. Um, so as far as eating only plants, I think it's been a really good thing for me. It's good for the planet. You know, it's good for, goes without saying, it's good for the animals. I don't think anybody wants to, nobody wants to die, you know? So it is the circle of life. We all do die. Having a good life doesn't doesn't mean that we should end it um, for somebody else, kind of thing, you know. But that's my position, and I also feel like it's a slippery slope. Anything we can do to animals, we can do to people, and yeah, like I'm also a humanist, so that's my stance. Let's flip this back around. All right. uh, yeah. John says that's okay. Thanks for having me. Of course. Good morning. We got some buckers. You're more than welcome to be here. Uh, Everyone is welcome. So, yeah, if you want to cut out meat, I just say it's so hard to eliminate things and so much more easy. Such a simpler task and an easier ask on the mind and the habits to 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 do something. Like the brain wants to do things. Can't not do things, right? So uh, I eat a lot of fish. John on YouTube says I eat a lot of fish. Yeah, I was pescatarian, lacto ovo pescatarian for a long time, you know. And like I said, those are the last things to go. Yeah, John says the mammal thing is the same feeling for me. It was intense, you know. Uh, it all started many years ago. I was an underwater hunter. I am a certified PADI certified scuba diver, and I was getting all these certifications, including underwater hunter, night diver, medic first aid, navigator, things like this on my way to being a dive master. And I was spear fishing and things like that, and lobster hunting. And uh, there was a there was a moment that I shared with a fish I was about to skewer, and you know, it's unusual. It's interesting that it took longer to get rid of fish from my diet, but like when I had locked eyes with that fish, there was just no way that I was releasing that because I feel like the fish saw me, you know, literally me with yeah, phone calls. Why are we not on do not disturb mode, y'all? There we go. All right. Hopefully you can hear me. We had a rude interruption from a phone call. Um, but yeah, that fish and I, we had a moment, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not in my do not disturb mode, but you're not in my contacts list. Go away." 15 or stuck with me. It's in my that moment lives rent free in my mind, so they say. But yeah, like I said, the brain wants to do things. We want to do things. We're humans. We're alive. We're action oriented. So if you want to do less of something, you have to do more of something else because nature abhors a void, right? So what will you fill? What will you fill yourself up? Quite literally, what will you fill yourself up with if you're opting to not eat something else? You know. So if you want to eat less animals, then eat more plants. At some point, if it works for you, if you're enjoying it, I think the nature of things is that they will ultimately all but vanish from your diet. Uh, that's a way to do it. If you're morally driven because you want to not harm, per the vegan mindset, then that's something that will, you know, you'll push through discomfort and all that kind of stuff because you feel like it's the right thing to do. It was not an overnight thing for me, uh, but there was a night that it was done. I was done with it. Um, one of the one of the big driving factors was my brother was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes when he was quite young. Um, and he'd been struggling with weight and health his whole life. And I was vegetarian. He would always give me hell for being vegetarian, not eating meat. And then one day he says, I'm straight. I'm straight vegan, man. Like overnight. I'm like, oh, what? What are you talking about? He's like, my diet is downright Shaolin. Because he's a real heady guy, really smart. IT, VP of IT, like always been into computers and such, and able to navigate the internet and information resources. And he looked it up, and he's like, type uh, veganism will, improve if not cure my type 2 diabetes. Now I know that it has improved, but I don't think that it's cured. It's a hardy disease. It should be avoidable, but there's also the bloodline situation. So he's probably in a much better place because he did go vegan. And I was like, well, that was a big motivator for me to do more research and kind of look at things. Eggs were on my plate for a really long time until I looked at how the chicks were treated, at hatching because the males are useless. And if I was born useless and they just ground me up alive or threw me in a trash can to suffocate atop the bodies of others, my brethren, I would not like that either. So, you know, that's the short end of it. Yeah. And of course, we can have feelings, we can have ideas, we can have thoughts, we can have inclinations, we can have outrage, but it doesn't always drive us to action. You know, um, shout out to one of my preferred creators right now, Jason Pargin. He's talking about outrage, and just because you're outraged, doesn't mean you're going to do something. It's the comfortable kind of outrage versus the uncomfortable kind of outrage, and it's like the people shouting online like, "Oh, this sucks, and this is terrible, and blah blah blah. And you shouldn't do this, and we should do that." To be mad, to be angry, is natural. It's normal, and it's good to release that and to have those feelings. But there's a different kind of discomfort with the world, with the way things are, either in your life or on a grander scale in your community and so on and so forth, that you will no longer put up with, no longer concede to, no longer accept or acquiesce to the status quo. And that's kind of my art as an artist. Um, my aim is to challenge the paradigm, and that's the kind of work that I want to create, that I aim to create. in my world, the things that I express. I want to challenge your paradigm. I want you to think differently about things. Uh, so yeah, and that's what I did with my theater company. Every word. Hey, brother, I enjoy your journey. Like if I can encourage you to make better choices, that's great. Um, don't be too hard on yourself. You have to consider all the factors that you're up against when you're talking about challenging your paradigm, because we're socialized, we're taught at an early age, like this is the way things are. Um, if you're a white cis male in the U.S., like you are taught certain things, like whether you recognize it, whether it's explicit, um, or hate filled, or if it's insinuated, or if it's something you like don't even recognize your privilege, you are top dog or whatever, and it's complete bullshit. But that's what we're taught, and that's just one paradigm to challenge, right? To break down those constructs, and that um, systemic nonsense. And I think it extends to so much of what we believe to be true. So kind of, there's another great lyric. Take all that you've read and all you've heard said and every little bit of info that's clogged up in your head, and tear it all down. Start over. The world is wide, mon frere. There's so much out there, and I contribute a lot of my awakening to traveling abroad, even though that happened fairly recently. It was still just enlightening to see how so many others are interacting with their world. And yeah, and the internet allows us to see that, you know, in a safe place from the distance. You can see people living their lives in all corners of the world, and get people's perspectives, hear their music, hear their words, their language, their beliefs, and you can experience all of that through your phone, which is insane and a beautiful thing. And the phone, like, there's more technology in your phone than what took us to the moon in the 60s, and yet we use it for cat videos, which I'm absolutely guilty of. I'm a cat dad. I love me some cats. I love me some cat videos. Um, but recognizing that power in your hand, like and I know that you're a theater person too. Theater it democratizes. Like you sit there, you watch a play, and you're glued to this. You're in that person's story, and it gives us empathy. And the internet has that capability to give us empathy, to give us perspective, and all of that. So, all right, I'm gonna hop off this soapbox and get to some mobility, some some yoga. Yeah, you touched a nerve there, brother. I guess I have the capability to be loquacious. So I feel strongly about compassion, empathy, humanity. And part of my being vegan is that a lot of the people working in the industry of animal agriculture are treated terribly. They have few choices. They're poor, they're sick, they're immigrants, and not all of them, of course. But yeah, what I wouldn't do, and another thing, another of those driving factors was like I don't want to pay somebody to do something that I wouldn't do, you know, um, as far as like taking a life. I have definitely done that um, with food, animals, and I don't want to pay somebody to do that for me. Like if I were to eat animals, I would feel compelled to dispatch them, take their lives myself, you know. And I'm just not interested in doing that. And the whole, if you were on a deserted island or something, like, sure, I would do a lot of things. If I was in the desert and hadn't drank water in days, I'd probably drink my own urine, for instance. Doesn't mean I'm downing a glass every day unnecessarily. Impact in the house. Here, brother, in the kitchen. AFK supporting. Mr. Vincent and Impact are in podcast mode. Fantastic. Welcome, welcome. You are welcome. All are welcome. So, yeah, if you have more specific questions, comments, feel free to share. Happy to uh, walk alongside you in your journey. I'm not your teacher, I'm not your guide. I'm not above you, not below you, but right beside you all the way. Taking this opportunity to drop in, breathe deeply, hold it, a little extra sip, and like you're blowing out a candle. A few more of those, filling up the belly, then the chest, then the shoulders, letting it go. See if you can breathe into your sides now, filling up all the way. A little extra. Hold it. In these moments when my lungs are full, I like to pause and take in the sounds. There's a fullness, a feeling of fullness that extends beyond the fullness of oxygen and air in our lungs when our lungs are full. And I like to stay there for a little bit. And just enjoy that feeling. Gives me pause, feel grateful for the abundance that I've enjoyed, that I'll continue to enjoy, and the abundance that I have in my future that I cannot yet fathom. Each breath is like a little taste. Every bird whistle, every chirp. The seasoning on my grand tasty. Laughter is a joy. What a fun thing. I'm grateful for laughter. I'm grateful for my friends, my community, and the jokes that we share, and the humor that we share. My comfort and ability to laugh easily with them is a joy. It's a pleasure. So thank you for being here. Listening for that whisper, checking in head to toe. What hurts? What needs some attention? Some lube, some lotion, some synovial fluid. My left shoulder has been doing some work, boy. Morning, Diane. Sun salutations are just Indian burpees. Right? Or rather, burpees are sun salutations. You may want to have your eyes open if you're doing these moves at home. I enjoy having my eyes closed for a good amount of my yoga practice. Feels like I can drop in deeper to the mind muscle connection and more. Scapulous, working overtime. Little elephant walk. Loosening up those toes, ankles, knees, hips. With some knee circles. Outside blade, inside blade. Mm-hmm. All the pops and cracks and creaks, just letting you know that you're here, that you're doing the thing, kind of settling into the body, preparing it for the day. I don't want to tear these. They're a little tight. There's a pop. I've already done 100 squats, but it feels good. If you need that motion, you need that lotion, get a good lather. There's lots of different squats I want to incorporate into the morning workout. Got these Cossack squats. Still loosening up those feet. The feet work so hard, and I've been going extra on mine. Above and beyond what I normally do, hitting those 10,000 steps without fail every day. The squats, push-ups, stunt rolls, shaking it out. Feels so good. Releasing that low back in this forward fold feels incredible. Now, if you can't do a forward fold, you can lean on a table, something, just something that releases the tension in that low back in a forward motion. If I'm here, I can take the strain out of the back, you know. Oh, time to get upside down. When I do these headstands, you know, the world just, I mean, it's literally on its head. It's upside down, but I'm the one that's upside down. Everything kind of slows down. Reverse the blood flow. If you can't do this, just wherever you are, you can always do it against a wall, or you can put your feet up against a wall. And, you know, get that blood flow reversal that way. I used to have the Nolly Kriya, you know, stomach wave. I think I put on a little extra fat over the years, so I'm looking to get that back too. What's happening, Flower Power? Good morning, staying positive. LaShonda in the house. Yeah, it's like retraining myself to connect to those abdominal muscles and be able to roll them. They'll come back. It'll come back. It is beautiful out. Staying positive on TikTok says it looks beautiful out, and it absolutely is. It is a joy to be here with you. Some cartwheels in. Oh, talk about a stretch on the low back. Come back. Come back. Suraj says, you look like Ramdev Baba. I don't know who that is, but I take it as a compliment. How you doing, Chill Pill? LaShonda says, I have the sciatica that's pinched, and that stretching squatting looked like it would feel good. I think you're talking about the Cossack squat, where we're in a squat and the knee tracks over the toes. Try to keep the foot flat or have it up, whichever's harder for you. And just one of these. Is that what you're talking about? You're going to feel it in the inner thigh. And of course, you can get low for some low back. Okay. To John's query earlier, I think it applies here as well. When you're trying to do something new, maybe you don't have the skills, maybe you don't have the willpower or the resources, or the motivation, but there's something about it that you want to do. Visualization is a powerful tool that you can leverage here and put your mind to it. So, if for instance you want to eat more plants, take a few moments, close your eyes, picture a day of you eating more plants. What does that look like? What kind of plants do you like? How do you get the protein that you need for the body that you want to build? There is less protein overall in plants, but all protein does come from plants. So if you're eating broccoli, cruciferous vegetables, things like that, you're going to get protein. If you're eating legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas, you're going to get protein. If you're eating spinach, kale, cauliflower, all those things have protein. Seeds, nuts. How much protein do you need? So, taking some time, visualizing that. What does it look like to prepare that food? See yourself getting enough protein on a all plant-based diet. Um, see yourself making choices not to, if veganism is interesting to you, go to the store, read the labels. Does it have animal products in it? Is it made from an animal? Do you need to buy it? Can you put your vote, your money, your currency, your attention to something better? In chess, we talk about there's always a good move, but there's likely a better move, and looking for that. Much like Mr. Vincent, I started a blog many years ago called Chess Philosophy, and it didn't take off, but it was a concept that I enjoyed. I'm not as good at chess as I hoped I would be, but I still enjoy it very much, and I learn many lessons from life through playing. And you're more than welcome to join me. I'm Nathaniel J. Burns on chess.com. You can challenge me to a game, add me as a friend there. I'd be happy to play. There's a chat function in there too. So, but yes, what's your best move? What's the best thing you can do with your attention, with your dollar, with your vote? Because what you choose to give your attention to is what you're voting for. You're voting for more of that, and that's where that mindset of do we speak in the negative or do we speak in the positive? Are we manifesting? The brain, according to many, including Bruce Lee, does not understand negatives. So when you say I don't want, all the brain hears is I want. Things to consider. Definitely feeling like I'm on a soapbox today. So let's get upside down, shall we? I'm gonna unlock the walking handstand at some point too. We out here having fun. But our time is going and going. So, folks, I've had such an amazing time here at the park with you. We still have our walk. No need to leave. I am looking to make 2 good habits out of 1. So, got my apple. I always have such a good time with you guys. I think it's cooler out today. the sweat is happening, but not on my face. It's on my back. Kind of interesting. Staying positive on TikTok, LaShonda says, pain in low back that radiates to hip and down. Ouch. John on YouTube says, yes, listening. Right on. Oh, LaShonda, do you have somebody professional that you're working with to alleviate that pain? Sciatica's no fun. Mm-hmm. I did not bring water, but I drank water just before I headed out. I hope that you will drink some water today. Enough water to hydrate yourself. How you guys doing? Hello. What's up, Mr. T? So, John, I wanted to ask, are you an actor or do you work in crew in theater? How did you use Durant Casting, DurantCom.com? This grass feels amazing. But all good things must come to an end. Morning. Howdy, howdy. Ah, staying positive. Just trying a variation of those stretches. Yeah, be careful if you got sciatica, go easy. I don't know if you heard my question. Do you have somebody professional helping you ease that pain? IRL. Staying positive says the pain is definitely intense. I hear you. I think sciatica is often caused by a pinched nerve, like a bulging disc or something, and that's not always able to be remedied with, you know, just your average YouTube streamer advice. I hope that you can get some relief. Yeah. Okay. So staying positive does not have somebody professional in real life helping them with their sciatica. Pinpointing. Oh, hey, little bunny. Hey, little bunny. Let's see. Let me get this shade real quick. Posture is contributing, no doubt. Thank you for liking the live. Yes. Yeah, you may have like a bulging disc or some pinched nerve. Hopefully, it's something that you can get worked out pretty easily. I think that there are stages of this, where maybe it's a stretch that releases it. But yeah, sciatica can be very painful for sure. So finding out where it originates from and all that good stuff can be instrumental in healing. But as far as I know, healing can happen. So. Don't give up. Don't give up on healing. You know, even whatever you're dealing with, healing doesn't mean back to normal, right? Never does. Even when we build our muscles, a lot of times we're creating scar tissue, and that's what bulks us up. That's what builds us, is that scarring. Look at this sweet little bunny. Oh, this bunny. Hello. All right, y'all. We have an invitation to co-host. Should we do it? I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, Dylan. No. We got this cute bunny right now. Alas, we must continue on our way. On our mission for 10,000 steps a day. This has been equating to about a third. I try to get another third throughout the day, even though I'm mostly sitting, computer stuff, some work stuff, but then we go live at night in the evening to cap it off with whatever it takes to get to that 10,000. Because like Vincent says, we touched it, we bought it. We're doing this now. I really respect Mr. Vincent's resolve in that regard. It's a quality that I respect and aim to embody myself. Perfection is a direction. Speaking of, just throw that out there. It's not even a goal. It's a path. Yes, always healing. Staying Positive says, I have used a massage therapist in the past that assisted. Yes, for sure. We'll never give up on healing. LOL, always healing. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, too cute, right? That rabbit was just like posing for us. It's such a cute little bunny. Staying Positive on TikTok says, I will need to get to work very soon. The morning is going strong since 5 a.m. I hear you. How you doing, Juju? Yeah, there's no shame in getting onto the things that you got to do. I appreciate you spending some time with me here. It's been real fun. I always appreciate your contributions to the chat, Staying Positive, and I wish you relief from the sciatica, and we'll be thinking of you. Yeah, maybe something to get checked out if you can. I know here in the U.S., healthcare is a pretty poor situation. Some might call it a piss poor situation. Staying Positive, like your username. See what we can do. Staying Positive says, make it a great day, everyone. Enjoy your day. Do something to make someone smile today. I love that sentiment. Kurt's Outdoors on YouTube. What's up? Kurt's Outdoors in the house. Kurt's Outdoors in the house. In the outdoor house. Kurt's Outdoors says, I'm going to catch that wabbit. Nah. You catch it, I catch it with the camera, bro. Catch that wabbit. Linda Reeves, thank you for the follow. Staying positive. See you this evening. All things according to plan would be wonderful. Yes, love to see you. Let's get those steps in. Gonna do this together. Get that team goal, 10,000 steps. Are you tracking your steps? My guys, my YouTube guys. John, maybe you don't need to with all the work that you're doing, but are you? Kurt's Outdoors, I know you're a runner, but do you have a way to track your steps? And are you tracking them? How many steps are you getting a day? Staying Positive says, where is Kurt? Kurt's Outdoors has a YouTube channel. Where are you tuning in from, Kurt? Inquiring minds want to know. Folks, we are close. We are close. Hang in there. Watch, I left my keys back at the park. Just kidding. I kid. Well, that's nice. They got like a shoe rack outside. That's smart. However, we do have scorpions in the area. Black widows. I don't know if I'd want to leave my shoes outside. All right, beautiful. There we go. Listen, I had a blast. Thank you for letting me vent. Talk a bunch. I was very loose lipped today. John, open the floodgates. Thank you for your questions, everybody. Let's do this again real soon. I hope you get some steps in today, and let's talk real soon. Till next time. Peace.